Well, most people before seeing this movie are going to think it's a story about racial relations in America or the civil rights movement. But after I saw the film, I have to tell you, I realized that it was a love story, a love story between a father and a son. I just want to know, how did your relationship with your father empower you to create such deep characters?
You know, I am from where I cometh. And, you know, my dad was very hard on me. And he was, one would say, abusive. And I couldn't understand where that energy came from. As a child, you're just thrown, you didn't ask to be born in this world or to be beaten. And his father beat him. And his father's father beat him. And his father's father was a slave. And I think that what I learned was for forgiveness. I forgave my father and I understood why, and I love him for it. Not for beating me, but for surviving in this world. And I think that we have been taught, especially since Obama has been the president of the United States, that, you know, calling the race card is politically incorrect. It is simply, you know, we're lucky to be here, you have a president, but that, you know, when I did this movie, Trayvon Martin, hadn't even happened. Those lines that we wrote, any white man could kill any black man at any given time and get away with it. The law was not on our side. The law was against us. And they still exist today. And so I can't imagine walking in my father's shoes. I can't imagine walking in my grandfather's shoes, you know. So I guess it's, for me, it's the movie is not a movie. The movie is a movement. And it's a very emotional journey for the African American man and the faces that we've had to give to succeed in the world. We have to have, we have to be us, and then we have to put on that face for white America.
No doubt about it.
And the fact that we are still standing is a miracle.
Wow. I didn't expect it to be that heavy, but thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It sounds like your personal experiences translated into the relationship with Cecil and Lewis. Because Lewis didn't understand what Cecil was going through.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you had that same experience with your father.
I did. I didn't understand why I remember one of my first experiences was, you know, going down to Durham, North Carolina, and I got beat for it. But when they weren't looking, I sipped out of a white colored, you know, they had the colored and the white fountains, which is in this story. You know, I put it in the movie.
Yes.
And I thought there was Sprite in the white fountain. So I'm drinking
must be
this
good
big
over there.
some candy water or something. And my father beat the crap out of me.
Got a whooping for it.
And where were we going with this? I forget where we were going
We were
with
just
this.
saying you didn't understand what he had gone through.
I didn't understand.
And that translated into the story very well.
But, you know, I think that at its core, it's a father and son love story, and my son, it's taken everything I've had to stop that cycle of abuse. You know, I did a movie called Precious, which really was therapeutic for me.
Yes.
And so, you know, my son, I want to kill him. And I want to kill him.
Wow.
He says white, I say black. I say go to bed, he say hell no. So I sit there, okay, you know, when does it all stop?
So it's still the difference between generations. One doesn't understand the other.
Yeah, and I think they want more. I've given my kids so much that they live in that much, and now they want more. You know, he can't. I said he loves the movie. He loved the movie, and so he said, but you know, I said, this is a great achievement, isn't it? He goes, Dad, a great achievement would be having a black Spider-Man, like
Wow.
that's my age.
Wow.
You know, a tempo movie. Then you're doing something, and he walks away from me. I'm like, this.
They just don't get it.
But you know, for me, this is a big deal. This is epic for me. It's the biggest movie I've ever done, and yet it's still not enough for him. And I think that's the same thing that we go through with Cecil and with and Lewis.
Well, certainly, you created a platform, a message. This film has truth in it, and hopefully it can help bridge the gap between the young and the old so they can understand better.
I hope so.